Good day, everyone. This is Woman to Woman, and I'm your host, Miss Nene.
And I'm your host, Lisa.
Good day, listeners. Today, we're going to talk about the 2016 elections. As Lisa would say, the what? The people what?
The people have spoken.
And in my opinion, the bleeps have spoken. I am so irritated right now. I know you are. First off, let's back up. Not to say Hillary would have done anything just extraordinary. We're coming off of some bad times that they've started years and years ago, presidents ago. Although I appreciate Obama and I'm happy with Obama. We have 2 terms of Obama. You know, prior to that, everyone's talking about Clinton. But Lisa,
so
today
we're talking about
your president.
Your president-elect, Mr. Donald
president.
Trump, will be the new president of the United States of America. So I know how I feel about it. I know how you feel about it. So let's talk about it. So you said the bleeps have spoken. But at the end of the day, the Democrats did not come out.
Yes.
They did not come out.
What is that about?
I don't know if they took it. Well, I know a lot of people who just didn't care. They felt like their vote didn't matter, which that's not true. And they did not care enough to go vote. So they will reap the repercussions and the consequences of their decision not voting because of the fact that most of everything that presidents put into office don't take effect until 4-8 years down the line when they gone.
At least 2, right? A minimum of 2
right,
years.
Depending on what the situation is. Some things go in effect immediately.
Proposition.
But it's not most of it. So here we have a president who president-elect, but he will be our president, Mr. Trump. And this is the man who divided the country.
Yes, he did.
He brought out the racists.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
The bigotry is real. He don't respect women. This is the man that said, if you're being sexually harassed at your job, go find another one. This is the man that said, I'll do it, I'll fix it. Don't know nothing about foreign policy. So, you know what? The people have spoken. I understand a lot of the frustration.
Well, what it is, what I believe is they were just tired of Clinton, Obama.
Correct.
That whole connection
Correct.
there. Wanted change, but you have to choose which direction you want change to go to.
They chose.
They chose.
And I know a couple of people who voted for Trump. And they chose.
And I know a few people that didn't vote at all.
I know a lot of them. And most of them are millennials.
And they said they had a problem.
And that was her problem because she didn't get to the millennials. But at the end of the day, it is a proven fact that you only get 2 terms. If the Democrats do 2 terms, then a Republican is going to come in and be next. And vice versa. Because I had that same attitude when Clinton was in office.
Right.
I wasn't voting for Gore. I don't want no part of that Clinton administration. I needed a change. And that's when I voted for Bush. But I voted for Bush because I like what he stood for. I liked his principles.
Illiteracy?
At the time, you stupid. At the time, like I said, I vote based on what my needs are.
Right.
And at that time, he was my needs. And at this time, my needs are different. But at the end of the day, let's see what he gonna do. He said, this is Trump, on the Wednesday morning, because he didn't speak to after 1 or 2. He said, let's come together, country. Right. After you had divided everybody, now you want to come together. Okay, but at the end of the day, I prayed for him because he's our president, and that's what I'm called to do. That's what we are called. God. We are to pray for our leaders. So, he ain't got to talk to you. It's in the word. Okay, so I'm gonna need you just open it on up and go read that scripture.
I'm just irritated right now, and I know at some point I'll calm down. But I've already had a situation post-election with people of other color popping off.
They always
don't
pop
talk.
off.
Yeah, but you're way bold now.
Oh, really?
You
Yes,
know,
because Trump brought that out.
So, like I just said, with at my daughter's school,
Mm-hmm.
there's a teacher popping off right now. I don't need that because Trump is not gonna come to San Bernardino County and get me off your ass. By the time something's done, you will already have reaped the repercussions of my pop off. Stay in your lane. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember if we were acting like that when Obama came in. I was happy, but I wasn't popping off like, yeah, we have a black president. So, I didn't treat people like that.
We've always had white presidents.
Right, but I've had 2 situations already, and it's just Thursday.
But you know what? But this situation is different because that person is a teacher and you have protocol. So you willing to lose your job and your career over it? Because that's how you go fight
But no, because teachers that have been in the district, they have union reps.
And that's because they think they got that tenor.
So
see, that
hard
tenor crap
that
need to go.
19, she's 19 years in.
So she thinks she got it locked
hell
in.
To get her out. From talking to other parents, I know that this is not her first situation. Her first ordeal.
Of course it ain't her first rodeo.
She's just real, but she got a real mama right now that's getting ready to put fire under that.
Well, that's what she needs.
Don't play with me, with my kid. I talk shit to that.
But at the same time, you need to file the proper. And I know you're gonna do what you need to do.
I will do it the right way. But I'm just saying that's my issue because how do you justify? How can a voter justify, well, I don't necessarily care about the things that he's saying, everything, but nah. I don't feel that way. The hell you mean you don't feel that way? He didn't talk about every race. He didn't talk about
women, Muslims,
Mexicans,
blacks. Well, the only thing said about blacks is we walk down the street and get shot, and the education is shoddy, which it is.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to need you to do what you said you're going to do. So, you said you're going to fix ISIS. Good luck with that, boo-boo, because it ain't just a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. So, I'm going to need you. Good luck with that. I need to see who you going to put in your cabinet.
Right.
You said you're going to create jobs. Let's see you do that. Now, you also said...
Well, that means he got to bring his stuff back to the States.
Well, he said he was going to create jobs. You said you were going to get rid of the deficit. And you were going to leave us in a surplus. Okay. So I want to see you accomplish all this. Now,
in 2 years.
He's going to get a lot done because, remember, the House and the Senate are all Republicans yes. with a Republican president. But when our president Obama tried to create jobs and do things for existence, he's talking about infrastructure. President Obama been talking about infrastructure ever since he got in there, and they blocked him every step of the way. But now he gonna walk in the door and they gonna open it up. So see, I need to believe that the House of Representatives and the senators are true people, and you better be fighting for your constituents. Because I'm gonna tell you what,
a lot of them have been in there. They were there when Obama was in office.
Some of them, and you got some right. But my thing is, the last time we talked about this, I said, we don't check to see how they're voting. I'm going to hold my congressperson, House of Representatives, even my assembly person, I'm going to hold them accountable. Because now I'm going to deliberately look it up and see how you're voting and what you're voting on. Mm-hmm. And when I have an issue with it, yes, I'm going to write your office. And if you close, I'm going to walk into your office. Mm-hmm. How about that?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to take. But at the end of the day, the people are tired.
But what about
people worry about their pockets?
Yeah.
And what's so sad, this is the saddest thing for America. We don't even care about integrity and character anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care anything about his character or his integrity. All they care about is, I want to change. He ain't no politician. She ain't no better, because I already said she wasn't my first choice.
Yeah.
She would not be my choice either. But at the end of the day, I would choose her over him. Mm-hmm. But she is a rat because it's your second time. Yeah, you're done. You're already in your 70s. You should have made sure you had the millennials covered.
I don't understand. Why would she
go
that
to
cocky?
Ohio?
Yeah, why
would you be in Pennsylvania?
Where she just ignored all those
swing states.
Yeah.
And no, a lot
Obama
of those states
swept
were
those.
already blue. And
That's
now
what I'm
they
saying.
red. Like, what were you
Obama
doing?
swept them, and she lost all of them. She didn't even campaign in most of them.
And what's so funny is I was watching TV One with Roland Martin, and he said he told her personally, he has intensity, you don't. You need to do something about this intensity. And then she told somebody, get on it, get it fixed, get it done. Well, it wasn't done. So at the end of the day, that's her fault. But we live in a world that is in so much turmoil that you willing to accept a bigot, a racist,
a womanizer.
To run your country.
How will we have ever put anyone else in that said it's okay for them to grab? See?
Hey, my thing is your president is supposed to be a role model.
I don't want his wife to be my first lady.
Well, she is.
No, she's not.
And her...
She ain't my damn president.
And her thing is bullying.
We've been working on cyber bullying. Okay, pick a cause, Tramp. Because here's the issue.
She didn't mean that.
Yes, I did. I don't care. She will never ever be able to step in the shoes of Michelle Obama or Nancy Reagan.
None of them.
None of them. First of all,
Nancy's is still going down. That's why we got red women.
But that's what I'm saying. What do you
Michelle changed the lunches in the school when they cooking real food.
What does she stand for? Her nudies?
Cyber bullying.
Oh, because she feels like what? She was bullied after she repeated Michelle Obama's damn speech.
She said
she's a nincompoop.
We are so mean. We have gotten
no, she didn't say it like that because I can understand you.
No, somebody need to get her language right. But she speak 5 different languages, so everybody...
And all of them are damn broken.
But I'm going to need you to speak English correctly.
I cannot stand this situation.
She got naked pictures out there, girl.
I know. That's not...
that's your first lady.
These are your people, okay?
But the millennials have spoken. Obviously, this is what they want.
The bleeps have spoken.
They don't give two
And then what are we going to do? Now you want to divide
certain millennials.
Right. You want to divide the nation now after you didn't created all this havoc, brought out these freaking racist white folks.
Yep.
You didn't brought them out. Now you want them to go back in hiding? No, they're out. They're out. And we know they're out.
And they're bold, but at the end of the day, it's just going to cause more turmoil because you're going to have people out there getting shot, killed, but I don't appreciate them messing with women. Everybody needs to go on about their way. Mind your business. Pray, because that's what I did. Pray and mind your business because at the end of the day, we good. God already knew about this. He's sovereign. He knew. So the question is...
Has Donald Trump ever mentioned God?
No.
He has never once mentioned God?
But he did say somewhere back a while ago he was
because
a Christian.
The Antichrist does not mention God, right?
Well, he would because you got to remember he was one of God's top angels.
But I thought that in the Bible... You need to look this up.
He's nothing but a copycat. Remember that the devil is nothing.
Right.
Antichrist is nothing but a copycat. He copies everything God does.
Right.
But my thing is, we're not going to focus.
Was God's right hand.
And he was beautiful. He's beautiful. He ain't red with no horns. Right. He have every jewel that was ever made. So he's a beautiful creature, but he's very deceiving. But at the end of the day, we got to ask ourselves, God already knows. So God, what you want us to, because there's a lesson in this. So what you want us to learn? We know we in the last days. God already told you. He will fool the elect. Now, how much elect can you get when you up in the presidency? We know it's going to be a one world nation one day. One man going to rule this entire world. So everything that's going on is already going on in other countries. It's already going on in other countries. So, but we just got to ask God what you want us to get out of this. Because obviously there's a lesson that has to be learned. I pray we learn it. And we gonna keep it pushing, and we gonna move off of them. And
So the
sorry,
propositions.
Secretary Clinton, you didn't do
She let us
you
down.
didn't do what you needed to do.
Yeah.
Even though you had all these stars and everything.
Maybe her ass really was sick.
Well, apparently, like I told you before, people forgot she was on blood thinners.
Yeah.
You know, everybody walking around here like she was healthy. She had a tumor. Nobody was talking about any of that, but it's okay. So let's go to California. We had a lot of props on here that were major. And the first one that got me mad is, why the heck y'all want to pay for plastic bags?
Lisa went to the store this morning,
10
y'all,
cents?
and walked out with her items in her hand.
No, because I have recyclable bags, been using them ever since my child was 5, because he been telling me I was destroying the earth, okay?
Oh.
He 15. So I have a lot of them, but you know how you get different cars and they, okay, but my thing is, why would somebody vote yes to pay the supermarkets $300 million? Yeah, you say you want to save the earth, it's about saving the planet, but if it's about saving the planet,
Stop making.
why are you still selling plastic bags?
Right.
Because the plastic bags is what's ruining the planet.
And that
They
was
in the
Prop-
ocean.
This is
They
Prop
all-
67, correct?
One, I don't know. You gotta look at it. But the plastic is what's ruining the ocean and our seafood
65.
life and all of that. So why are you still doing plastic bags and you want to charge me 15 cents? Because they said the plastic bags is reusable. When I told her that's a lie, they tear. Okay? But you want to charge me 10 cents for a paper bag.
So the bottom line is,
Shame on y'all who
is
voted for it.
Prop 65, I'm stand corrected, it's Prop 65. Bottom line is, this is how it's always a double-sided sword, double-edged sword with a lot of this political
And
stuff.
they had two on the same, two
Right.
propositions for the same thing.
Right. But Prop 65, I believe, is allows the stores to charge. Now, that's the
$300 million.
that's the double-edged sword, like you said. On this end, they're destructive to the earth, blah blah blah. So, if you want them, you have to pay for them. Okay? But if they're destructive to the earth and the ocean and all this stuff, why even have those bags?
Right.
Why are
Get
we
rid of
get
plastic?
rid of the plastic and use something else?
Exactly.
So it's the double-edged sword. They get to make money off of it.
But it just goes to show they full of BS, because you don't care about preserving the earth, because if you did, you wouldn't be using plastic bags
all the way.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. So at the end of the day, it's all about a profit somewhere on the back end.
And my thing is, regular constituents can't see that? Are you kidding me? Obviously you can't, people, because you voted for it. I'm not voting for nothing where I gotta pay more money for anything. The only thing I am willing to pay more money for is schools.
Yes. Now
Always.
let's go to that prop.
Always.
Let's
51.
let's skip over to that prop.
Yep. 51.
51.
Yes,
You
all
want to break
day.
that one down?
It's just that you paying more for your schools. It's a bond, so the schools can be upgraded, like the schools that are so outdated and old that they can.
Asbestos.
Right, they can tear it down, rebuild it. I see they doing one in Moreno Valley Elementary. They in total old school down. They rebuilding it. The kids need technology, so you need computers. Cause out here in Riverside County, they have computers. When Randy was in junior high, remember I was like, "Oh my God, everything's online."
And I
don't know if
remember
like
when
this.
Rialto District,
You know,
middle schools have
Right,
started
but they
implementing
actually assigned them computers. Those kids.
Oh, yours were taking them home, huh?
Correct.
Oh,
They
yeah, that's
assigned
right.
kids computers, so it
Laptops.
wasn't about who had it, who didn't. They assigned you the computer, and then a parent like me, I take insurance out. Cause my kid gonna drop it, flip it, something, and the insurance was worth it. I don't know if it might have been like $50 a year or something like that. But they assigned computer. All the books are on the computer.
All that, yeah, everything was just
Now-
upgraded and it's beneficial to
And
our
it's
kids.
all electronic, but I'm sitting there like, I need a book. I need a index, and they like, look, Miss Wright, tap that. No, I want to turn a page.
That's
so,
what we. Yeah.
So it's new to me, but at the end of the day, it's great because our kids are technology based.
Okay.
That's the generation we in.
Okay.
So anything to do with, and that's K through 12. Now I'll pay a bond all day if you gonna improve the school district. Right. I'll pay a bond all day if you gonna improve health care. It has to be something beneficial, but not for no freaking plastic bags at the store, and it ain't even going to us, it's going to the grocery stores. How dumb can y'all be?
Okay, well, listen to
irritated over that.
Okay, well, how about Prop 58? I struggled with this one, and all my Latin American or Latino homegirls, homeboys, and all my babies.
What is it?
That is the English Proficiency Multilingual Education Initiative statute. Now, of course, we want everyone to speak English. Okay, but here's my issue with that. Although I went ahead and I did what I thought was best. Yes. Okay, I voted yes. But this is where I was torn. And I think I told you the night before, I said, is it going to affect, or did I even vote yes?
No, you didn't.
No. I changed some stuff when I got to the polling.
Because you get me. I'm like, look, that's why we need to do this early, because now you got me thinking and do what?
But my thing is this. We already didn't Bush put the ESL program in office? I think it was Bush.
Yes, with no left behind.
No child left behind, all that. My issue
was a failure.
My issue is this, Lisa. I don't want to walk in a classroom and have a lesson taught in English and then they got to go through it in Spanish. Bottom line is, how is this going to take place? Because I already feel like a lot of our kids are left or behind because of that. Now, I told you when I went to that district meeting, I'm not going to say what school district, or to that school meeting when blacks and Mexicans were having issues.
Right.
We went to an assembly, all the parents at the school. We're there. The assembly started at 7. Around 8:30, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to stand up. And I said, excuse me. And this is a gymnasium full of people. Can you please tell me why one of you Einsteins could not have had 2 separate assemblies? It's going on 9 o'clock.
Okay, like I
need to cook dinner. I have things I need to do. I'm not here for you to say 10 damn words in English and then 15 in Spanish because it take a little longer.
Or 30.
I don't have that type of patience right now. But I do feel like we are in America. Everyone needs to learn English, whatever. Because
that is the language of the country.
Of this country. When we go anywhere else, they do not conform to us. You better have a translation book with you. Now, this is nothing personal. And I'm not racist at all. And if you gotta say, I always talk.
You don't need to say that.
But I have a problem with people that say, "Oh, I'm not racist." But the bottom line is I don't want.
You just said
right. I just said it. So let me rethink.
Well, your thing is not to offend anyone.
I don't want to offend anyone. Sorry,
because
I have so many friends of different nationalities, all nationalities. Even my African friends have a problem with a lot of the things that have gone on.
Right.
So, but the bottom line is, I want everyone to learn English, but I think that if it's not going to affect in the way that our kids, English-speaking children of all races, English-speaking children,
because English is the language of the nation,
right? Or not, if it's not going to affect them to the point where their lesson plan will be slowed down because they have to, give
take them to the side.
Same attention to those that do not speak English. Now, what does that mean for teachers? Will you not be able to be a teacher if you're not bilingual now?
First of all, I don't get the bilingual. English is the language of the United States of America. So why it irritates me that you get paid more for being bilingual, that's a whole nother subject. I ain't even going to go into that. However, when it comes to children, my stand is the same. I voted yes because I feel it states that each school will be able to design their own plan.
Right, and that's what I want to know.
Figure out how they're going to go about doing it. So with that, I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
Because, you know, you got some schools that'll pull the kids out, take them to the side. So I'm willing to pay more money for that. But let the truth be told, that's because it's a child, and I feel that children, they don't have a say.
But what about their parents?
Well, let me get to that. They're here because of the parents, but my thing is, I'm not going to punish the child because of the parent. But idealistically, that should not be taking place. Because if you're born here and you start in kindergarten, you should know how to speak English. If your parent is here, they should know how to speak English.
I have a ninth grade student.
The parents don't even know
English now.
Right, but my thing is, the parents don't even know the language.
Right.
And you got teachers have to translate through the kid on the phone when they're calling home to talk to the. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. How your kid gonna be sitting here? They may not translate everything that the teacher said.
I know they don't.
And then we go into meetings and classes and things, and the school now have to hire translators because the parents don't understand. Now, see, that's my problem. The parent needs to know English.
10 years. What is your reason for
not
knowing English?
I don't care if you've been here for 2.
But I'm saying,
go take a class.
It's been that long in some cases. Lisa, I'm in the school system.
Oh, I know.
I sit there and I translate. To matter of fact, what I've done is, if I got to tell you what to tell your parent when you didn't piss me off, I pulled in another person and said, what is she saying? And one of my other kids,
you don't know what they saying.
I've had one of my girls come and say, tell me what she's really saying.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't understand that. You've been here. One of my kids have been here. She's a freshman, but she just learning English right now. And I find myself,
why is she just learning?
Her English is just now beginning to make sense.
Oh, to come together.
Yes.
That's sad.
Yes.
Has she been here her whole life?
Off and on, but she's been in school here for at least 4 years.
Wow.
And her English is just now coming together. She's a freshman. It is still not right.
But my thing is, I'm not going to punish
and
the
I
kid.
love her to death, but it is hell trying to get things done and communicate with her parents.
It is.
Her big sister. You know, all this stuff. I got to jump through hoops and strategically put time and make sure I have someone there. And I don't understand these types of situations, but I think I ended up voting yes because of the kids.
Because you was like, no, I don't give a dang if they can't speak. That ain't the word.
No,
I don't care.
No, I was irritated. I was irritated then.
But I'm like, think about the kids. It's for the kids.
Right, and that's the only thing, because I feel like if we have a nation of non-English speaking kids, those gonna be our non-English speaking adults. And you know that we have to deal with in society on a regular basis, and that irritates me going into a business, you know, or calling somewhere, press 1 for English. No!
Well, see,
I don't want to press nothing.
Man,
I called a company, and you better answer and talk to me in English. So I have those issues, you know, not to say.
But see, that's one of the things that I agree with on Republicans.
I think I'm yelling.
When it comes, we both are. We just like, ugh. When it comes to government running certain things, I don't want the government running nothing.
Right.
Certain things. I don't need you telling me what I can and cannot do. Like if I can have an abortion, that is none of your business.
Oh,
that's
my gosh.
between me and
now,
God. That was just an example.
Didn't your president say something about women that get abortions should be? What did he say?
Oh, I don't know what he said. I don't listen
crazy
to him
like
that.
They should be like convicted or something.
I don't know, but I can't wait to see his first State of the Union, because I'm gonna be sitting there with a snack, because I need to hear. Because you know he pops off real quick. I can tell when he's reading a teleprompter. I can tell.
Yeah.
You know, but okay. But we were talking about 51. It passed, and the one thing I like about it is that it gives the individual school districts the right to determine how they're going to handle it.
Let's pray that the school districts do the right thing.
Okay, but let me read this real quick, because, you know, I'm always getting a CNN update.
Okay.
Okay. So he called President Obama the worst president in history. He the one started the birth of crap, all this, right?
Right.
So he met with President Obama today.
Oh, they met already?
Today is Thursday.
I missed the damn appointment. I was supposed to be there.
Where this is close as you gonna
One
get.
of them didn't call me and tell me. They didn't give me
Look,
time.
Michelle, you didn't even let us know, girl.
Oh, damn. His wife called and I couldn't understand her. That was the call that I was like,
What?
"Don't that stocky?"
What you talking
Wait, was that Spanish? What did I say?
I don't know, but it sounds good. Okay, so Obama says Trump had excellent conversation. He and Trump had an excellent conversation. Trump calls Obama very good man. Looks forward to Obama's counseling. I bet you do, because you gonna need his counseling. But you gonna need his counseling. Every incoming president need the last president.
Right.
Big dummy. I can't, you know what? Oh, now you looking forward to it. Oh, you gonna need it, because I told you. Obama gonna go in there and say, I'm gonna need you to leave this alone, that alone, this alone, and that alone.
I can't wait to Lisa to see what the hell.
I can't wait for the inauguration. I can't wait for the first State of the Union. Because now his first thing going in, because you know he need a win, so the first thing he's going to handle is infrastructure. That's why I brought it up earlier.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he wants to do. So you know the Republicans are going to pass it, even though they knocked it down for our president, so he can get a win. And well, you know what?
Okay, well, let me ask you this while you speaking on the president, because I think we should go to Prop 60. So I don't understand this old law, the electoral votes.
Yeah.
If Hillary did have the popular vote,
Doesn't matter.
I know, but this whole electoral thing, we need to.
But it's been there for years. I don't know if it's been 100 years. It's been. Oh, and speaking of 100 years, it's been 150 years since women can vote. So if you a woman and you didn't go vote, shame on you. It's been 100 years since a woman first became a senator. So if you didn't go vote, shame on you. But I'm going to get back to what you were saying about the electoral votes. The electoral votes have been there for years. That's why you know how to play the game. That's why when she didn't focus on Pennsylvania, well, we knew Florida was a Republican state because Bush jacked that. He did a jack move back then.
Yeah.
Okay, but you knew when the electoral votes are high, those are the states you go for. 18, 16,
26,
20.
22.
California got 55. She had us locked up. So you couldn't have thought our whole 55 was going to cover the rest of the United States of America.
I just think either, I don't know if she man-lawed that or if her campaign manager.
She didn't have a good campaign. And Trump's campaign manager, I used to be like, "Ooh, girl, she make me so
make
angry.
You sick." But obviously,
but she did her job.
They knew something,
and she kept saying, "There's a bunch of Trump supporters out there you guys don't know about."
Yes.
And they came out to the polls.
Yes.
So
they did the damn thing.
Sure did. But let's see what he gonna do, because
he ain't gonna do shit. I'm sorry.
Because
nothing that nobody.
Well, you just used the word. I'm going to fill that word in, because say it.
Shit.
About to get real. When you step in office on January 17th or whatever day, you step in and let's see what you going to do. Because see, you this ain't Celebrity Apprentice. This ain't you running your business. You running a country partner, and you ain't the only one that get the call and shot. Well, I can't wait to see who he going to pick as his cabinet. And if he put Newt Gingrich in there.
He is. Newt and Julie. We've been at Christie.
You know, Christie, I don't really have a problem with Christie. I like him.
Yeah.
You know, some things I don't agree with him on, but I agree a lot of things.
Have a cabinet.
But Newt is ancient.
Newt
Gingrich is ancient.
Oh,
I'm gonna need you.
That's his homie.
Yeah, they all homies, just like the one he hired from Fox that raped Megyn Kelly, or sexual harassed her, excuse me. He didn't rape her, but she got paid like she got raped, okay? Anytime you get over $20 million for some sexual harassment, she might have got more than that. I don't know what it was. But let's go to Prop 60, because we
Okay, we're gonna keep bouncing back to the president. Okay, Prop 60. You were like, I don't give a damn about that. And then I started talking to you.
What is it?
Adult films.
No, I voted yes on that. You know that didn't pass.
I know it didn't, but look, condoms, health requirements. Now that was a double situation for me too. Now, I think that these are grown adults. When you have, just hear me out. When you have grown adults that want to screw and nilly-willy and raw dog everybody, okay, you deserve whatever you're gonna get, right? Unfortunately, it's a sad situation. People died from the repercussions of that, and I know personally 2 people that died from AIDS. It's a horrible death.
We all know something.
Yeah, it's a horrible death. But here's the situation. The only reason why I was like concerned about it is because I look at all these young kids that are runaways and wayward kids that are just out there. They turn to this type of stuff to
sex trafficking.
They turn to this stuff. Well, sex trafficking is against the will.
Right, but they still force you to do these type of things.
Right, but I'm talking about like the little girl that's mad because mommy and daddy have rules. She runs away. Okay.
Start hoeing.
Right. She started hoeing to take care of herself. Some pimp, somebody drag her in. Now she's making movies or whatever. The whole condom thing, I'm just thinking of those kids that are mentally not there yet or whatever. But a lot of people were saying, I don't want to see no condoms when I watch porn. I don't give a damn about the condoms. Wear your condom. I'm good with that. You know, I don't care. I watch porn. If I mean...
Too late.
I mean,
anyway,
if I decided to watch some porn, it's not going to disturb me if I see a condom. I'm good with that. I don't know. Now, on the flip side, the studios and producers and stuff having to buy the stuff, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think they should make that crap mandatory.
See, now I feel differently.
I feel like it should be mandatory. The testing should be mandatory, and maybe the studio should be responsible for the testing every 6 months or whatever. But see, here's my thing. When people say you in a relationship, now I know I'm just crazy, halfway crazy half the time. You guys get tested. Okay, so you're having unprotected sex, but who's to say that test the day before you didn't raw dog and contract something the day before you got tested? You test it's too soon, it doesn't show up. So that's my concept. I'm like, and it kills when people say, "Oh, I'm clean for what?"
But see, this is my thing. They were talking about it on a show, and they were saying how we were going to pay the taxes. I didn't read it like that. It said the studio and the producers were going to pay for it. And my thing is, it's your film, you should pay for it. You should make sure that your people are safe. So you should provide condoms. You should provide testing. You should have labels and everything up on the wall. It ain't got to be all over, but put it in the break room. The same way we got to put up minimum wage laws from the EDD and all that other crap. You should have to do that.
Yeah.
And the studios make porn, it's $1 billion industry. Yes, what are you talking about, people? Condoms don't cost that much.
And you can get them free. You can go to Planned Parenthood and get a shitload.
I'm going to need you not to use Planned Parenthood for that, because it's for the people who
really
need it.
I know, but I'm just saying, people, if you can't afford that, they give away condoms.
My point is, these studios spend a minimum of $50,000 to $100,000 on a movie. Maybe it's cheaper than that if it's real ratchet. I don't know. I don't watch porn, erotica.
Shut up! She knows
television,
the name. Porn, erotica.
Right, but television is nothing but soft porn. It really is. Television has turned into nothing but soft porn. From the commercials to the, I got to fast forward. I don't want to see nobody else getting it on. If I ain't getting it on, I ain't interested. It ain't that serious. Okay? So my point is, I feel they should pay. They have the money to pay for it. And once again, you have all these constituents out here that just said, "Oh no, we don't think they should." What?
Okay, so when when Sally say she at college,
remember that?
Yeah, when your little Sally came home from quote unquote college break, when she really was somewhere doing some hardcore porn and come back with all kind of shit, you're gonna be
remember that, Californians. And let's not forget the weed.
I mean,
Proposition, what is that?
64.
It was 64?
Yes, 64.
Which passed. Which I am just outdone.
Are you?
Not really, but I am, because of the world we live in. But next you might as well legalize heroin, cocaine.
No. Well, let me just say this.
It passed.
I know it passed, but let me just say, and it passed and went into effect.
I voted no, but
the next day
my husband voted yes.
Right.
What? You don't drink? You don't smoke? Never have? Well, maybe we can shut up.
He just want to make some money. If he see a profit, he in. But here's the deal. Like, okay. So, Baby Rob, never drink, never smoke, not even a cigar, all of that. But I think he voted yes as well. I'm not going to say what I voted, but here's the deal.
I will.
I'm just not going to say it on this.
We need the money. But I think the money is a good thing.
Well, here's the deal.
But the schools ain't gonna get it. They didn't get it from the lotto.
That's my point. And see, and what did you tell me the night before? I was like, how the hell they gonna tax me on something I could grow in my backyard? Yeah. Okay, so that was kind of ignorant. I know, I get it.
But you can only grow a certain amount of plants in your backyard.
But here's the deal. I'm okay with responsible people doing what they do. That's what you do. That's your business. My thing is,
the kids
is the younger people, minors, and 21 ain't nothing.
No, because I used to get drinks when I was 16, right? You send somebody in there, can you go buy me this? And they come right on out with it. So now it's going to be the same situation with the weed. Can you go get me this? And they going to come right on out. They got older brothers, cousins, sisters, friends.
If they're going to get their weed, okay, fine. I just don't like things that are so easily accessible. Yes. Now, they already drive like buttholes on the road.
Oh, Lord.
I'm worried about that.
Can you imagine them high and just stuck at the light?
Yes. I'm taking a nap at a light or two. Look, Lisa, I'm taking a nap at a light or two.
Just stuck there like what?
Me and Tanisha woke up on New Year's Eve. That was 20 minutes out of light, knocked out. But that was years ago. But that's my point. Right. We were younger, and we're doing things that wasn't that people weren't always doing. Now these kids are full-fledged drinking, smoking, popping Xanax, doing all kind of stuff. There's so much stuff going on. So here, back to the marijuana. You legalize it, but it's legalized on the state level, but the feds are still...
It's not legal.
So
what we doing here? Because if the feds come in, you really in trouble because you must be moving some heavy stuff for them to even come to you.
So what is that?
But my thing
how do you deal with that?
It's a double-edged sword because I'm thinking like, this is my thought process. Even though I vote no on it because morally I feel like you gonna legalize heroin and cocaine and methamphetamine.
I don't think that's coming.
But we never saw this coming in a million years.
Yes, we did.
No, I'm talking about when we were 16. No, we didn't. We did not see this coming until they did it municipally. But my point is, whatever legal, well, you need it for medical reasons.
Yeah.
This is my thing. Maybe it will help some people because a lot of people are on prescription drugs. All this Oxycontin and this liquid crap or whatever. Maybe they can go eat a gummy bear and go sit down somewhere and go to sleep.
But I don't want it advertised like commercials. I don't want those commercials.
Well, that's going to happen. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's the part that kind of threw me.
And it's going to be the cigarette companies making all the money.
I did not want brownies and gummy bears and shit advertised.
It will be
on commercials and stuff that are marijuana, but say 21 and over. It's too hell if a damn Tide Pod is tearing up kids because it looks appealing. What the hell you think these gummy bears and brownies and stuff are gonna do? I just think
gonna send more people to the hospital.
Yes, it's gonna be a mess, and that scares me because I deal with kids.
But one thing you can say about marijuana is
people don't kick in your door.
They don't rob
nobody. They don't do that. Like I was explaining to someone else. That's
a difference.
Black tar heroin, oxy, meth, crack, all these things to make
what's
people.
the other one? Percocets. They
That's
selling
what
all
make people
kind of
go
stuff.
crazy. Marijuana does not make you
hungry
unless you
and
get
sleepy.
that ooh wee that Martin Lawrence had.
That wasn't no marijuana. He said I was on some ooh wee
from Snoop Dogg. That's what he said.
It was something else. A little mixture of this, a little mixture of that. But at the end of the day, people, it's just a sad world because everybody think of the money, but at the end of the day, that's not going to help us. They're not going to lower our taxes because they make an X amount of dollars for marijuana, which leads us to the proposition of where if you make over $250,000, your taxes will go up. It was supposed to have been a temporary thing, but everybody voted yes, and I voted yes too, because if you're making that kind of money, you can afford to pay. And I pay taxes, so if I pay taxes, everybody gonna pay taxes.
Donald Trump, your president found a loophole.
He sure did, and so I tell my husband, well, I guess I can't say nothing to you no more about taking loss, because he took almost $1 billion loss, huh? So if you can take that kind of loss, what we talk about? Well, you find the prop?
Nope.
Is it 52?
No, that's the medical hospital fee program.
Okay.
And 53, revenue bonds, statewide voter approval initiative,
Okay.
Constitution. Oh yeah, that's it. Requires statewide voter approval before any revenue bonds can be issued or sold by the state for certain projects.
Well,
if
that's
the bond
different.
amount exceeds over $2 million. Oh, you're
But
right.
yeah, I voted yes for that because I'm gonna need. If you're gonna spend that kind of money, I'm gonna need to vote on it.
Right.
Don't just spend my money any way you think you can.
Exactly. What do you think about? Neither one of us are cigarette smokers. Prop 56.
Well, I voted no on it simply because it's gonna go to. Yeah, it passed. But my thing is, the money's going to the tobacco company.
This is what passed.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's how you voted.
No, the lines where I scribbled is how I voted.
Okay.
But the because it's once again it's going to the tobacco company, and then you put in the prop. Oh well, the American Cancer Society is behind it. Well, they've been around for I don't know how long, and I ain't seen one cancer get healed yet. Y'all ain't came out with a cure for the common cold.
Well, it's because they make more money treating it instead of curing it.
Right, but my thing is I voted no against it because it's going to go to the tobacco companies. So once again,
they're going to get
these voters, you want to put money in other people's pockets. It's not going to prevent anyone from smoking. People smoke because they see it done. Either it's being
or now
done,
you're addicted to it. It's
but I only know that most people smoke because either your parents smoke, you see it done in the house. That's just my experience with it.
Well, no.
Now, my mother quit smoking when cigarettes became $1. She's like, I ain't paying no dollar.
You smoked before, right? Because I tried smoking in the 4th grade.
I just thought it was cool or when I was stressed out, but I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I got to shower because I did the smell. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I don't want to put money in nobody's pocket but my own.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about
Prop 57.
All right, let's talk
criminal sentences, parole, juvenile criminal proceedings, and sentences. Now, I know 57 and 66 kind of go hand in hand.
Kind of, sort of.
But you can vote either way on both.
57 is about the taking people off the death row and giving them life in prison. Mm-hmm. And I told my husband, I don't want to pay for nobody to be in prison for the rest of their life.
Right.
He's like, Lisa, it's cheaper.
And what you're doing
is... What you mean? That don't even make no sense.
It does make sense because
cheaper.
Do you know how many people are on death row and how many are actually executed? So they may as well be in there for life.
And another problem I have with death row, I'm going to need you to kill him immediately. Because...
But see, that's the other part we did.
No, but my thing is... You kill them 10, 20 years later, they're a totally different person.
And they don't even, and some of them
they're totally different.
The old warden up at San Quentin, I think it was San Quentin. She said the perception of America's, the perception that we have of people being on death row is totally off. She said back in the day, it was gangbangers or whatever that got caught up in these new laws of 3 strikes, just different
that
stuff.
3 strikes is
now,
horrible.
it was people on there, she said, that shouldn't have even been on death row.
Sure.
But now, she said the most people on death row now are 60, 70-year-old white men, 60, 70-year-old people that with dementia don't even know where the hell they are.
Right, this is what I'm saying.
That.
So they don't even know what they're paying for. Their consequences. If you are punished to death, I'm gonna need you to die within a month.
But here's the issue. I cannot say with 100% certainty you're guilty.
Well,
there are so many people on death row that should not be there. Now, all those people,
because they didn't have DNA.
Right. And now to even go back and try to do that, people are dead. Right. You can't test. Right. There's no DNA. Right. So how do you handle that?
Do you
start from this day forward?
Yep. With all the technology, and even with all the technology, we still got innocent people on death row. But
I remember I had to write a paper in college in my sociology class, on death row, and I teetered on this topic. I couldn't be for or against. I teetered on it because the flesh in me says, if you did something to my family, I want you to die. I want to torture you.
Right.
And that's ugly. Okay. But then,
that's real.
Right.
That's how we all feel.
But then who am I to say it's time for you to die? Right. I was always torn with that thing, with that topic here, death penalty. But I don't feel like it's fair. But like I was told, to sit someone in a cell for 20 years, sitting on death row for 20 years by themselves is torture.
Of course it is. They only get an hour of daylight.
That's crazy.
But I've never teetered or I've never had a problem with death row. I've never had a problem.
You've always been for it?
I've always been for it because we live in an imperfect world. So unfortunately, you're going to have some people that fall through the cracks, but the majority of the people on death row need to be there. And if I'm talking about brutally murder people, the way that people do, you deserve to die. The only thing I've had a problem with is you don't kill people right then and there. You want to wait 10 to 20 years.
Well, what's the waiting for? Because at one point they had to redo lethal injection because
they feel it was unhumane.
Well, it was because it wasn't killing people immediately like it was supposed to. So then they came with a concoction of 3 different injections, I believe.
And it still wasn't working correctly. Correct.
So, and electrocution is...
That's punishment.
Oh, my gosh.
But at the end of the day, we have consequences.
Right.
Okay? But my thing is...
But who are you really hurting when you kill... I don't know. I just don't... The blood on my hands is the blood that I've done.
An eye for an eye.
But I teeter on that because...
But God said, "Vengeance is mine." But
it's too many people, I believe, that are in prison that shouldn't be there.
But that's just because of a failed system, because of man.
But that's why I'm for reform. What is when are they just going to reform the damn system?
It passed. So that means there will be no more death row. They will all have life in prison. Now, 66 was about appealing the death row sentences, right? Going to appeal, and they were saying
that changes procedures, government state court challenges to death sentences, designates superior court for initial petitions, and limits successive petitions.
And the problem I got with that, how much is it? It's gonna cost us.
Let's see. It doesn't say. Requires appointed attorneys who take non-capital appeals to accept death penalty appeals. Exempts prison officials from existing regulation process for developing execution methods. Fiscal impact. Unknown.
Right.
Ongoing impact on state court costs of processing legal changes to death sentences. Potential prison savings in the tens of millions of dollars annually.
Now, so the question is, do you believe it or not? I believe it's just going to be a bunch of bureaucracy.
As
And the money going to go somewhere else.
They always
and they
do.
still going to have the same issues they have with these appeals that they've been having. Because now you're going to have to hire somebody
now,
to do
but
this.
it's saying to protect against excessive appeals.
But who are they to call excessive? If
My
somebody is on death row and feel like they didn't do it and they really know they didn't do it and they need
They
to
should
get the
be
help.
able to appeal
Right.
as within the limits of however many years.
Exactly.
I know a few people that just got out after 20. D was there, what,
Yeah.
22? Daniel was
Long
there,
time.
24. You know, and they've been getting knocked down. True enough, they were drug dealers, but they didn't do all the things that this attorney in Louisiana said they did. They had people. Let me back up. Even after the district attorney's assistant wrote a letter, okay, wrote a letter and then killed himself, but left the letter of people and cases that they put together and manufactured. They still didn't let them out.
Because he dead.
But
What a coward way to go. Could you have got them out before you killed yourself?
But listen.
I know that sound bad, people, but that's just how it is.
But listen, they have been fighting and fighting. First of all, a jury of my peers are African American women.
So you don't get jury
in
of
my
your peers.
age group.
You don't get jury.
You don't get juries of your peers.
No,
you can't
don't.
take someone
No.
from California to the dirty South where there's bigotry to the highest level,
Yes.
and sit them in there facing a jury of 50, 60-year-old white folks, 70, that's old, with those set in
Mentalities.
that mentality, set
Yes.
in those racist ways. They were raised that way. They may think they're different, but their mentalities are what it is. That is not a jury of their peers. I watched how this appeal process go, getting shut down and knocked down. He had never even been to Louisiana. They had people come and sit on the stand that said, yeah, we went to a nightclub.
We know they
we
do
took
that.
pictures. We went to Popeye's Chicken. They put things together.
That's what
And
they do.
But that's
And
what I'm saying.
That's
It's
why the system is so corrupt.
so flawed.
It's so
And when
corrupt.
they send people, these men and women, to prison for 20, 30 years, then they decide in 27 years, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. Sorry, here you go with your couple of $100. What
Really?
the hell is that? I've
For
been
real?
locked up all these years. Now you
Taking
want
my life.
entire life.
Half of my life.
I have a problem with this whole system.
So let's talk about the proposition where they want to let people out.
Non-violent offenders.
Correct. I voted yes on that because
Yeah.
there's too many people locked up in jail behind dope. Let's just tell it what it is. A little bitty rock, a crack cocaine, or whatever
Well,
you call
you remember
it.
that law that passed years ago.
That was Reagan that did that. War
Reagan,
on
you can have
drugs.
a pound of pure cocaine
Yeah.
and a $20 rock,
And you got
and guess who's getting ready to do
the
more
one
time?
with the $20 rock.
And you know why? Because crack cocaine was an urban drug.
But that particular prop is dealing with the juvenile system also, because we have a lot of juveniles locked up for stupidity.
Yes.
Stupidity.
And they're not who they're going to
And
be
you need
at
to
30.
take that money and reform them. Give them education. Give them a rehabilitation. I don't think the prisons are rehabilitating anyone.
They're not.
Never have. It just don't work like that.
It's a personal mindset of what you're going to do. It has nothing to do with the prison system sitting you down, counseling, finding out why you're here from day one, your entire life. It's not a counseling center like that. But I do think that some people depend on if you are that weak-minded or if you are strong enough to do your time and get through it, because I know people that have gotten out and have jobs paying $47 an hour. And you right now is making $47 to $55 an hour. Now, all his
But
training,
he's the exception to the
right?
rule.
And then there's my other friend
Right.
that now making $300,000 a year. He only did a couple
Another
of years,
exception to
right?
the rule.
And then there's D, you know, and
Right.
he's making what Daniel's making. So some people can get out and do what's right. And I do understand there are going to be those that want to come out and go straight back to the gangbanging and the hustling. And that's their mentality. But I don't think there is enough reform for prisoners. And I don't believe there's enough help for these cops either. I'm only
not.
mentioning cops because they going to end up in jail too. A lot of them go there
soon.
after they do the stuff they're doing. But these cops need help because they're out there, they're dealing with stuff. They're, you know, it's the same thing. This could be their prison, their hell. You know, shooting people before trigger happy and scared. And why are you a cop if you're scared to interact with people?
Right.
But then that's a whole nother story. But the bottom line is these prison systems are not designed to rehabilitate. Now, I'm sure there are some detention centers that are, but the conditions are inhumane. Now, I don't think they should be in prison living lavish. I honestly don't. But you can't stick someone in a cell and give them only 1 hour of sunlight.
That's
or
death row.
it's
Totally
yeah,
different.
it's no, but I'm saying even when you get sent to the hole, it will make you crazy.
Well, you shouldn't do nothing to get sent to
But
the hole.
Lisa, a lot of
And at
people,
the
no.
end of the day-
See, that's
no,
what,
I understand.
No,
it's
because
out of your control sometimes.
Yeah, because people will go to jail on a simple crime that
Yes, I
get
know.
11 months.
I know.
They're in there trying to
And
survive,
people are messing with
and they
them.
catch their cases while
in
they're
prison.
in there.
And that's my point. They shouldn't be catching no cases. They need to let that crap go, because if you cannot contain
But it's the prison system,
right?
These wardens,
And this is my thing.
these COs,
They need to let these prisons go, and they need to be self-sufficient. Meaning we should not be giving them a dime. The federal government, the county, the state, nobody should give prisons anything. If they're self-sufficient, we wouldn't have this problem. I guarantee
Why you say that?
Because they're going to run it like a real business, because now you got to get people in and out. We ain't got time to house you for 20 years because now I'm paying for you to wash, bathe, I'm feeding you, I'm giving you your medical. That's coming out my pocket. But when it come out of the government pocket, who cares? We don't care. We can keep them here as long as we want. We getting paid for them.
It's just
you need to
inhumane.
break it off, and they need to set aside and be on their
But a
own.
lot of these COs, and Lord knows I love my law enforcement family. This is a million of them. You know, there are some good ones. A lot. I mean, I'm sure it has
There's
to
more
be
good
more
than
good
bad.
than bad.
It is,
has
but
to be.
But the problem you got is when the good don't speak up and say anything, when you know wrong is wrong,
But
and you
just
keep
like
your
that,
mouth
just
shut,
like that big bus,
you know better.
In LA, that's going on right now. You know, he's the old chief is on trial or whatever. That was a damn gang. Those cops were a
The cop
gang.
is a gang.
But it
They
was
are.
but it was a clique of cops inside the prison.
But that's how
they
it
were
is.
a gang.
It still
you know?
is.
I mean, it's.
You act like you shocked. It's been that
I'm
way.
just shocked because
It still is.
I
The
know,
guards run the prison. How do you think the drugs are getting in there? The telephones are getting in
Yes.
there. Come on now, that's the guards. They're providing
I
it. They're
was
getting a
told
kickback.
there's more access to dope in the prison
Yes.
than it is. It's
Outside. Yes.
easier accessible than on the street.
It is, and we got to wrap up, people, because we got some things to talk about. That's going to be a lot.
You have your
lighter
word
than
of the
this.
day?
You know what? Look, I'm so riled up. I forgot all about the word
Well,
of
we
the
got
day.
to give a word of the day and please let it be a good one, because right now I'm on the verge. Because let me tell you, if I run into another person that talk to me or treat me like I'm half crazy because they're a Trump supporter, I won't be here next Thursday, you guys. I just want to say thank you and pray for me.
She's stupid. She gonna be here because at the end of the day, she's going through her emotions right now, but she always handles things like a boss, the boss that she is. Okay, so here's our
You're
word
so
of the
sweet.
day.
Thank you.
The truth is the truth. Happiness is like a kiss. You must share it to enjoy it. Remember that, people.
Happiness
Is like a kiss. You must share it to enjoy it.
All right.
Have a great day.